Welcome to the Sustainability Nugget podcast. I am Rarsu Marabi.
And I am Tosin Falanja.
On this podcast, we'll learn about sustainability by discussing various related topics while focusing on three pillars: the economy, the society, and the environment.
I found the major primary source was linked to illegal or artisanal refining.
So, what do you think the government can do right now? How can they intervene?
Honestly, I at this point I'm done. I'm done with talking about the government because I think of it as there are several through all the regimes that have ruled the country, both federal government and the state government. There's been promises about cleaning the oil spill, about remediation. Nothing has happened. None of all these oil companies that have been brought to account. There's been no cleaning operations done. So is it the same government that will now come my heart now? I just don't think so. Yeah, they I know in 20, so after the first Stop the Soot protest started in 2016, the government set up a committee in 2017 to investigate what was going on and provide recommendations. Then nothing. Like, yeah, that committee actually went through, they did the research. What was the result? More Soot problem, more protests in 2018, and then more protests in 20 late 2021 stroke early 2022. So that's to tell you that yeah, nothing has changed. I think at this point I would rather focus on how to immediate solutions that we can offer to people, or how to really help communities stand up for themselves and find ways to at least help themselves in this situation. Yeah.
So, one other sad thing is the fact that I truly believe that a lot of people do not know how these affect them, how this very polluted environment affects. And yeah, I know like it's not something to just say, Nigerians, go check yourself, go check your lungs, because you're literally breathing in carbon soot. It's doing something to your lung, actually, if you do not. I know not everybody have asthma. No, not everybody is allergic, but you're breathing it. All that's filtering your air right now is the little airs in your nose. It can't filter such particulate, so you're breathing this thing in. So I would just like to talk about how you can protect yourself. Like person can also jump in. There are several ways, like mask, um, with saying max, we all wore masks for the COVID. We've seen how uncomfortable that is. So I really would not blame people that don't wear masks all the time, because like you just wear masks everywhere. Um, yeah.
I think when you consider this is let me help myself. Let me create a barrier at least between carbon this suit and my nose. That should be a good
How
consideration.
about babies?
Not everyone can wear masks, right? But another solution could be to avoid staying outdoors for prolonged hours. So again, if they're for younger children, I would say except the time when you are commuting to a place, like you're moving from probably your house to school, or you're going out, babies, children should not be exposed to such levels of poor air quality. So stay indoors as much as possible. That could mean like once you're in your workplace, you're staying, except you're working in an outdoor environment, of course, stay in there as much as possible. Try to avoid going out often, because then like you have walls, you have windows, you have doors that could at least to some level help block so you from or prevent you from breathing in so much of the carbon. And then while you're indoors, like close your windows and your doors. That offers some level of protection at least. It's different from being outside, honestly. And then when you get home, like so you've been outdoors for long, obviously your clothes is messed up. Um, change your clothes immediately. Like immediately you get home, change your clothes. Take a quick shower before you go to bed, and so that you can remove any of those air particles that might have collected on you during the day. Yeah. So also stay hydrated. Then if you have air condition in your house, make sure you are checking the filters and changing the filters as often as possible. Um, so also in this case, I know many people might not have access to it, but HEPA filters are recommended. So HEPA, HEPA stands for High Efficiency Particulate Air Filter. But even if you don't have access to that, just try to make sure like you're actually checking your air conditioner filter, you're cleaning them. So it's don't wait the oh yeah in this because this is you want to make sure that you are circulating clean air within your home. Um, this might be controversial, like well not controversial, but this might some arguments might come up like why should I not do this? Avoid vacuuming. Except you can guarantee that again you are cleaning out the filters in your vacuum as often. Avoid any form of vacuuming, dusting, or sweeping that would kick up dust particles in your house for the time being. A better alternative at this point would be to mop, wet mop. So just mop the house instead of vacuuming. And if you're trying to clean your surfaces, like wipe your tables, your chairs with wet clothing so you're not dusting on them because then you're just raising more dust particles and you're breathing those in. Um, Also, there's this suggestion to like get indoor plants because it has often been said that indoor plants can be air purifiers, but again, don't think that you buying one small pot of plant means that your whole house is getting purified. No, you would probably need like a lot of indoor plants to actually get that level of some level of like hair purification. But that's just this is so don't see it as oh I can do one of these things. Instead, do simultaneously do all of these things together just to protect yourself and your health. Yeah.
Um, you've said so many solutions, right? And I've said how you still come out to your community, still come out to your society, still break this thing in at the end of the day. There's no way you can lock yourself inside your house all true. Um, but but you can at least minimize how it affects you in your personal space. Like if remember the interview with Gilbert, even when they leave the house to the village, when they come back, they see all of this stuff. So you can really make your home into a safe haven, your rooms, your living area, your car, your offices. You can you can control the amount of these particles in these spaces. And I'm just going to give some suggestions. In such an environment, I would not use rugs in my home because it absorbs like dust particles, carbon soot. I would rather have tiles that we could easily mop all the time. Avoid furnitures that absorb dust and all. Put furnitures with materials that you can easily just clean. Like she said, vacuuming might even add to the problem, but wet mopping and all. Um, she has talked about air filters, and so air filters can be different from. It can be in the vacuum itself. It can be in your home as a air purifier, or you can place it in your living area to actually suck out like so what how it does, or you can have a portable filter and it sucks out the air in that space and it passes through the air filter and brings out purified air. So if you have access to that, and hopefully Green Club would soon be able to provide that for people that don't have access to be able to to purchase portable air filters that they can put in their room, in their offices, in their living space to at least just try to purify that air to absorb the particulate matter from this carbon soot and come out. And like she said, in such device and all, you actually need to replace the filter when they said it should be replaced. So it might be 6 months, it might be once a year, but it's very important to follow that instruction. In more like public spaces, like where offices and all that, as like a big space or hospitals, right? What can be done in those areas is to put this HEPA filters I talked about. Like in the house, you have this portable one, but in places like hospitals, schools with large classrooms and all, if they're like already air conditioner systems there, if there's like HVAC systems there with like the pipes and all for the conditioning, they can place it, they can buy a device that is placed in those vents, in those ducts to actually absorb all of this particulate matter flowing through it before bringing out purified air into the room. So please, for all those who are able to access such technology, that's the least you can do to at least protect your family, protect your loved ones, and protect your.
So I was going to say, I think what people living in that area should think about is, I obviously don't have control right now to stop the artisanal fineries or to stop gas flaring. It's think of situations or circumstances within your control, your environment, the environment that you have control over. How can I protect myself, my children, my loved ones? Um, I have to go out to work, right? So you cannot stay indoors all day. But while you're outside, while you're going to the market, while you are trying to get something, while you're in your car, how can you keep yourself safe in your car? While you're outside, how can you keep yourself safe? Just find every means to control within that environment that you have control over. Try to ensure that you are maximizing all the solutions that there can be. Yeah.
So on the final note, the truth is that, like I said, it's a systems problem. It's a community problem, and to really solve it, it needs to be curbed from the source. And honestly, the government they're the ones that can do this. I know the government is very unreliable, but please, we're still begging if there's a good willing person in that office. The truth is that this type of problem is not the problem for the poor. Everybody breathes in the same air. So you government officials in power, your lungs like is suffering from this problem. So if you have the power to to solve it, I don't know why you're not solving it, because you probably do not know that your children are breathing in this air. You are breathing in this air. It's not poor people that will breathe it in. Rich people will breathe it in. So please, you guys, solve this problem. It's not just talk. Not just talk. And yeah, so please, government, I don't know what year you guys will respond, um, but also powerful citizens that can come together and actually make a decision, no matter how. Like, please, people should come together. And in case you guys don't know how to go about it, the first thing should actually be a committee that studies specifically the root source in Port Harcourt City. Bring out with evidence the source. Tell us how much is coming from that place. There should be a study, a proper study for that. And when that source is definitely identified that there's no, maybe it's this or maybe it's that, then solutions to curb that source should be suggested, and an implementation plan should be created and carried out. Um, yeah, that's what I think should happen.
Yeah, I also want to highlight something. Even if the government responds today, even if we have institutions that begin to work towards clearing this up or helping with all of the situation, it would definitely take time. This is not something that would clear away within a day or within even a year that you start the cleanup process. And again, there are like multiple sources of this thing. There are multiple sources from where this thing is coming from. So um, it would just have to be like tackling each of those, but also giving the consideration that this process would take time. This cleanup process is going to take time. So again, like ensure that you are, for people, for individuals, ensure you are able to, you're still protecting yourself daily, but then hopefully we'll have some work, we'll have somehow get something, government or again private institutions or public institutions that are able to start helping would actually be able to start finding solutions and um, solutions that work.
Yeah, definitely. So this brings us to the end of this episode. Um, I want to thank Gilbert for actually accepting to share a side of um, a story living in Port Harcourt City. Gilbert, thank you. And thank you to my wonderful co-hosts. In case you guys have not noticed, Tosin is a new co-host on this podcast series. So we have it as video podcast on YouTube, and we have it on all other medias where you can find podcasts, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. Search for Sustainability Nuggets, and you'll find our episodes. Um, yeah, do you want to end this, Tosin?
Um, we know this is an alarming issue, but beyond evoking fear in people, we hope that you find the solutions that we offered useful and that you can also spread the word about this issue so more people are aware and hopefully sometime soon an action will be taken to actually stop this problem.
So until next episode, continue to live consciously. And signing out, this is Rarsa Raibi, and
I'm Tosin Folorunsho.
this podcast was created by Rarsa Raibi, researched by Tosin Folorin Shore, and Sustainability Nuggets is a product of Green Club Nigeria.